Hey guys, how's it going? Octopus here. Welcome back to Union Cross. We have a lot to talk about during this update. Besides the whole event galore farming, we got era, we got MV banners, we got the Keyblade War Part 3, which is ridiculous. The Foretellers are super powerful, but there's a lot of talk about it going on here and there. It's a well event. It's a permanent event. You don't have to beat it right now. You do not need to rush this. You guys don't have to go spend your Moogle shop spending all those perfect trades or pulling for a bunch of these new Foretellers. By the time, I would say in a couple of weeks or even next month, you guys are gonna have new medals that are coming out that your jewels are gonna go towards that are actually gonna help you beat this. For now, just let it be. Try it. If it works out, it works out. I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna be doing a stream later over at twitch.tv/SmellyOctopus. If you guys want to come hang out, I'm gonna talk strategy. I'm gonna try to complete all of it on both my accounts. If I can't, again, it's a permanent event. It's here forever. Do not rush it, guys. Do not rush it. I've seen lots of people saying, I'm going to buy all these traits for these medals. And it's like, okay, well, these medals are only good right now. What if they come out and something new? Those jewels could have went towards that. So be careful with that. But either way, we're going to go into this and we're going to talk about everything that's going on right now. It's super sunny outside. I'm doing this in the midday. Midday, I would say. So there is plenty of time. You're probably going to hear kids screaming in the background because they're coming off school and all that good stuff. But let's jump in and talk about everything that's going on. First off, quest-wise, Chasm Challenges came out, a new challenge. It's not too bad because this is the red gummy saucer, and I've showed you guys how to do this trick before where you use reflect damage to your advantage. So if you bring in a friend power medal, this is the setup I use for this. I brought in a copy medal to copy my Kyrie with second chance, just so I can overwrite those buffs every turn and not have to worry just about one overwrite, because they do buff themselves, those little red defenders. And then the rest of the setup, there's Aqua here with 2 casts, and then the old Aquas and Ultimate Form Sora. And then the friend Acid to do the power damage, so it reflects, kills me, come back my turn, and Aqua's buffs carry over, and so does Ultimate Form Sora's buffs. They carry over every turn. So that's pretty much what I did for that, and it worked out nicely. You just got to bring in extra attack Kyrie or copy your Kyrie with the extra with the copy medal. So Chasm Challenges, pretty good. More moon gems, more sun gems. I'm not complaining at all. Now we're gonna talk about the Keyblade War near the end of this because I do want to brush up on it a little bit. I'm gonna show you guys what I did. Legendary event, guys. This is gonna help you for the Foretellers. He's got a huge multiplier, plenty of strength. Make sure you're doing his boards, get him all the way. I haven't farmed too much, so I'm really behind on this, but if you fill this all up, you're gonna have boosters on this guy enough to help you if you get the right traits on him to help you with the Foretellers. So if you look at boosters, there's plenty of boosters for him right now. He's a very powerful medal. Make sure you get that board done as soon as possible. It's going to help you for one of the Foretellers, and I'm going to tell you guys which one. So, or it's going to help you with multiples. It all depends which one you're facing. So this, do not slack. There's 30 days on it, and this is permanent. So this goes hand in hand, but he's only powerful for this month. So don't go crazy with like buying Moogle Shop traits on him or anything like that. He's only good for the month, which is pretty good for a free medal if you think about it. A free medal that's super powerful for an entire month. I like to see that every single month. If they keep doing that, that'd be really, really nice for free-to-play players, because that would be their edge to kind of like beat the content. So there's that. For content-wise, there is a shop banners, I believe, that I want to talk about really quick. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention. I have the picture over here, so we're going back to this screen. But what'd you guys get for the Million Jewel sweepstake? I want to know. I want to know. I want to know. This is my place. I made 5th place on both my accounts, so I got 3,000 jewels plus 1,000 for participating. So I got 4,000 jewels on both my accounts. What did you guys get? I don't know who got the Million Jewels yet on either JP or Global, so I'm really curious about that. If you guys can let me know. I'm really excited to see who got the Million Jewels this time, and I want to know what they're going to spend it on. Foretellers! Just don't go too crazy. But again, Million Jewels, do what you guys want. And I also got a top place on here, so I got another 500 jewels on both my accounts. My time was like 57.86 or 58.76. It was one or the other, but it was under 59 seconds. I know that for sure. So plenty of free jewels. I really appreciate that, and there is more of a list of that happening during this month. So Keyblade War Part 3 just came out October 4th. It is permanent. Do not go crazy for this event. It is an event just like the previous Ava and Story Mode was super hard, just like the old Chasm Challenges, just like other events that used to be there that were really hard, but now if we go back to them, we laugh at it. Like, remember farming for Moogle Glory? A lot of you guys don't know this, but Moogle Glory used to be one of the hardest events in the game. It was really hard to upgrade your Keyblade to the maximum with Moogle Glory. It's the same thing. It's here forever. Take your times, because in a couple of months, probably even less than that, it's going to be a joke. These are going to be nothing. So don't worry about it, guys. Next up, In 2 or 3 days, October 7th, get tons of gems through Union Cross. So Union Cross is actually going to upgrade a couple times here, which is nice to see. But there's going to be tons of gems in Union Cross. Deluxe ranking for, you know, farming raid bosses, up to 3,000 jewels and 90 gems. So it looks like me and my party are going to go at it again for those 3,000 jewels. Hopefully we can grab it. We got story quest update coming up on the 17th, which is really good because if you guys look now that the mono keyblades are no longer super strong, like in the 9 and 10 multipliers, if you look at the bad guy breaker keyblade, its multiplier slots are really good, and it's at a plus 10 right now, which the faster we get story, the faster that keyblade gets stronger, and that could be the difference in us passing content. So don't spend all your gems on the mono keyblades. It's a good investment, especially right now because they are dominant, but that bad guy breaker is looking pretty sweet. Just a little heads up. Then we got, of course, the big bonus challenge, another 5,000 jewels coming your way on October 20th, a daily event on October 21st, which probably like, you know, you log in, daily event, that probably gives you Chip, Dales, Huey, Dewey, Louie, maybe some gems here and there. So there's that coming up, which is nice. Free event is free event. Deluxe PvP rewards, most likely they might throw 1,000 jewels in there for the top rankings, like 7,000. If not, it's going to be gems. That's usually what Deluxe PvP is, and extra Meow Wows, obviously. And then we got a high score challenge on October 25th. And I know a lot of you guys, including myself, don't like the new high score challenges because it's only gems. Think about this. It costs over 1,000 gems, 1,200, some of them are 1,300, some of them are like 800 all across, depending on how many different colors they have, but over 1,000 gems to get a Keyblade fully maxed out to level 50. There is not enough gems in the game. The more high score challenges have gems, the better it is. So more gems, just more. Bring in more. Having a level 50 Keyblade does make a big difference, guys. Trust me on this. And then we got October 28th, get sub-slot medals through Union Cross. And I talked about it. Union Cross over here is getting gems, and then it's getting those frog medals, most likely. Sub-slot medals are the frog medals. But this is also the month where they talked about the sub-slot medals, the frogs, are going to be stackable. So they said sometime in October, they're going to do an update where they're going to let you stack those frogs. So your inventory is about to clear out. But don't forget that inventory sale is still going on as well until, I believe, November something. Pretty much in November. But yeah, it's still here. It is still here, guys. So if you haven't got inventory increase, I do recommend it. But also minus how many frogs you have. Once those stack, you're also going to have that much more room in your inventory. So don't go too crazy on this sell over here. And since we're on this page over here right now, we've got the banners, which is Era and Envy. And this is very convenient with the new Foreteller fights that just happened. Again, they're permanent. Do not go crazy like, I'm going to spend 30,000 jewels, perfectly trade both these Foretellers, because right now, these Foretellers, they're amazing. They're really good. They just have huge credit since they come out, especially with all the other tiered medals, tier 10 medals we've seen so far. They're still the best ones. One of the best ones. Like, of course, KR21 came out really nice, but Foretellers are holding strong, and they will hold strong for more months to come, especially with the proper traits. They just got too much utility and too much power. So this is very convenient for the Foreteller fight, but this is also just a start of these banners. Just like the Foretellers in the past and the other ones, stained glass medals, they are going to come back in pairs. So Era and Envy will be their own banners, and they're going to see Ava come out, you're going to see Gula come out, and you're going to see Autie come out. They're going to bring out each banner for 30,000 jewels. 30,000 jewels is a huge price to pay, a huge price, but it is a really good medal. If you guys want extra power right now, if you're new to the game and you have nothing else to pull on, I do recommend going for the Foretellers over anything else over here. But as soon as you see a 5 Mercy pull banner on any of the medals that I've talked about in the past, like KR21, Foretellers, Ultimate Form Soarer, grab those medals. They're so good for 15,000 jewels. It's so cheap. The best banner we had was a Foretellers 1 out of 5 chance. I should have pulled more on that, but I was worried. You know what I mean? Just like everyone else, we're all like, oh, this is the beginning of the tier 10s, but you know what? They turned to be really good. And a 1 out of 5 chance, even if you got multiple copies of Autie, Gula, Era, it didn't matter if you got multiple copies of any of them. It was good. We should have pulled more on the 1 out of 5 chance because there's only 15,000 jewels for multiple copies. We were just worried about traits, but then they added the Moogle shop, and now traits aren't a problem anymore. So that's going on right now. Should you pull for these banners? Like I said, don't rush the content. If the only thing you can't pass right now is that Keyblade War Part 3, I would not spend the jewels on the Moogle shop or the banner, unless you're just someone who just really wants to beat all the content as soon as it comes out. Then by all means, if you have the jewels, then it's all you. But realistically, as a new player, not a veteran, not a whale, not a VIP player, just anyone who logs in casually and plays, do not worry about that Keyblade War. Don't worry about that at all. But if you want one of the Foretellers, 10 Mercy Pull, pretty heavy. You could get either one in this banner. So if you do pull for Era, you could get Envy, 30,000 jewels. You can get pretty much a lot of traits off this, 10 VIP coins plus a trait roll. And I believe their avatar boards are gone. Are their avatar boards gone? Yeah, so you can't even use the VIP coins for their avatar boards. You're kind of just saving up until the end of the month to see if you get any other banners you care about. So they are here for quite a while, and the other Foretellers are going to come out. They're for 7 days, most likely in that 7 days, or at the end of the 7 days, you're going to see the other avatar Foretellers, not avatar, the other Foretellers coming out as well. So if you don't want Era or Envy and you're waiting for Ava, wait for Ava's banner. 30,000 jewels on Ava, I think that's a pretty good deal. Ava's very powerful, and she's going to be very powerful later on. Especially if you have Ava and Acid together. Like if you use a friend Acid and you put Ava in your pet slot, Acid now is an AoE medal. It's very powerful. Very, very powerful. So that is the Foreteller deal that's going on right now, and more to come for sure, plus all the events that just happened. The avatar board here, this is just cosmetics, but it does have a skill perk +6 on your gloves. So you are someone who's using anything that's like defense boost 6, just a normal one, or in the future if they bring out skills that are not max, it is useful. But we have so many max skills now that it's not really necessary to have a whole skill perk setup. You could probably get away with just wearing 1 or 2 pieces and you're good to go. But besides that, if you want to be extra thick, this is the avatar to go for, but it's not necessary. It's just cosmetics. The skills in there, you can throw them away or use them on random medals. And like we just talked about, the Supernova deal, I'm pretty sure they don't talk about it in here. They don't. No. So last thing we're going to talk about is that Foreteller fight. And I did use skip tickets just to see how many fights there are. There is a total. Let's just go in and see. So the Foreteller fights are pretty much decided by your union. Most of you guys are going to be facing Acid first, but because I'm part of Ursus, I don't have to fight Acid, and Acid is pretty thick. He's very thick, but you guys can see here, I'm in Ursus, so I start off with Envy, and then I got to go fight Gula, then I got to go fight Era, and then Ava in the end. I did tangle with Ava a little bit. I tried her once or twice, and I got pretty close to taking her down. Each of these Foretellers have a special mechanic, and thanks to, I believe it was in my Discord, but I went to go trace it. It was from Robloy, but Robloy got it from Ryu Gassen, I think how you say your name, Ryu Gassen. In their Discord, they have a little spreadsheet here that pretty much says what each one does, where the threshold is. So if you're facing Envy, Envy is pretty much has a total of 4,824,000 HP, and she will leave at 880,000. So all these fights, you don't have to get them to 0. You just got to get them to a certain HP threshold, just like previous fights, and then they stop the fight and you win. So each one has a unique thing that goes along with it though. Some of them reflect magic, some of them reflect speed, some of them reflect power, so on and so on. Envy in this case doesn't have an initial attack, but if you are facing Acid, as soon as you start the fight, he's going to kill you, you lose your HP recovery, and all you're left with is second chance. But all these fights are pretty much 5 turns, except for the ones that is Acid and Gula. They will hit you in the beginning and kill you, and you can't do nothing about that, so you technically only have 4 turns to beat them. They're super powerful, super amount of HP. Acid has a red counter, 3 counters he starts with. You don't really want to mess around with that. Then you've got characters like Envy over here, who on slot 2, as soon as you hit them on slot 2 with your medal, after you activate it, she will counterattack you with a paralysis and do a little bit of damage that won't kill you. But you have to have pretty much 100% paralysis resist, or you're going to have to deal with a lot of medals being skipped, unless RNG is on your side and it doesn't skip your medals. So stuff like that. Then Master Ghoul, like I said, he pretty much hits you as soon as the fight starts, and then on slot 3, he dispels you, so you have no buffs. So on slot 4, you need to rebuff yourself, or you're pretty much screwed. The rest of your Keyblade won't do any damage. He's not as tough. Acid seems to be the toughest one so far. Everyone else is not having too much of a problem. And when I say everyone else, I mean like the 1% of the population of the game is not having an issue. If you're wondering how I skip through these, if you click on confirm, these tickets don't exist anymore. through events. They used to give them. They might give them during that daily event like we were talking about. But you can use this to force skip any quest in the game, but it just doesn't fully complete it for you. So you can't see cutscenes. You won't get these Mickey heads completed. You just get to go to the next level. So I did this just because I wanted to hit each one to see what they were all about, to see what the HP they had, how much defense, what mechanics they had, and they're pretty interesting. So there's a lot. Like Ava absorbs magic. She heals herself every second turn. So the first turn you face her, when it's her turn, she's going to heal. Then she doesn't heal. Then she heals. You know what I mean? So after 5 turns, then you have to kill her through all that HP. If you can burst more than she heals, you could beat her. I got pretty close, like 500,000 HP bars away from beating Ava. And of course, we got Ira here, who is pretty disgusting because he reflects upright metals. So that Nightmare Before Christmas metal that I was just talking about, the graveyard, he's really good for this fight right here because you can only use reverse metals. So make sure you have your Angelic Amber copying your Nightmare metal or your graveyard metal, because he will reflect upright metal back at you. You can use that to your advantage, but I'm not sure because I haven't done that fight yet. But yeah, the graveyard metal is definitely me doing really good damage in there. But that's everything, guys. I'm going to be streaming again over at twitch.tv/SmellyOctopus. There's a link, SmellyOctopus. There's going to be a link right here, but also a link in the description if you guys want to come over. I'll be streaming for hours today. By the time you see this video, it'll probably be 3 hours from then. I'm planning to stream around 8 p.m. Eastern, if not 9 or 10 p.m. around that range, or maybe even earlier because I just want to beat this on both my accounts. But that's pretty much everything, guys. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to hit the like button. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Keep on smiling, and I'll smell you later.